Ashley JoJo Moore from J.O.V.A.N.I, the Dance Factory, joins us this morning. And Ashley, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for being with us today. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a native of Talladega, Alabama, and I attended the Alabama School of Fine Arts, as well as a graduate of the University of Alabama. And I have traveled the world dancing, and I currently have a studio located in Talladega to pretty much give back to the community.
How'd you get started in dancing?
I got started in dancing from a friend. It was bring a friend to class day, and once that began, I just kind of started off loving it, and I found my passion, and then I just kept going with it.
It's kind of natural for you?
Natural for me, natural talent, yep.
And you performed a lot of places. Talk about some of those.
Let's see here, where do I even begin? I danced on the Big Red Boat, which was one of my offsets of a professional career. I danced with the Alabama Ballet, with the Nutcracker. I have also been lucky enough to perform in the opening ceremonies for the Olympics as well. So those are a few of my accomplishments.
That was a highlight, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, one of the main highlights is dancing for Disney Cruise Lines with the Fantasy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You graduated in 2004 and continued your education at University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Yes, sir.
You were crowned Miss Corolla,
I was.
the second African American in school history.
Guilty as charged.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And you've been a part of the Daytona Contemporary Dance Company, the Alabama Ballet, and the Atlanta Ballet. Any one of those your favorites?
I can't say that I have a favorite, to be honest with you. As long as I'm on stage, that's where I live. So anytime I get that opportunity, I'm there.
Well, since we're in Alabama, let's talk a little bit about the Alabama Ballet's The Nutcracker.
Yes. What about it?
Tell us about it.
Well, I began as a clown, and it was one of the first roles that I did. And it was very exciting to be up under a skirt, and it was actually a man. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow. You mentioned you travel the world. Where's your travels taken you?
I've gone to the Bahamas. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Germany, Paris, you name it, pretty much.
And now you say you've been to Silicaga.
I'm in Silicaga.
You have the J.O.V.A.N.I, the Dance Factory. What are you doing with the company, and how long have you been in Talladega doing this?
Okay, well, I just recently returned back to Alabama just as a break from my professional career, and we are now going into our second year. And I cater to not only children, but as well as adults for adult fitness. And we have disciplines in ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, and like I mentioned, adult fitness as well. Okay,
and you're located there in Talladega, of course.
Yes, sir.
How can they get in touch? We got a Facebook page or anything like that?
Yes, there is a Facebook page, which is J.O.V.A.N.I Dance Factory, as well as Instagram, which is J.O.V.A.N.I Dance Factory and Dancersides Fitness.
Who is involved in dance?
Any and everyone.
Okay.
Any and everyone is involved in dance. If you can walk, you can dance. Yeah.
Wow. We're talking with Ashley JoJo Moore, a native of Talladega, who first found her first love of dance at Encore Dance on the town's historical square. And, you know, there's been a lot of greats on that square in Talladega, and that's one of those. You debuted as an NFL dancer, correct?
I did, yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, as soon as I moved up to New York, obviously you go there to reach your dreams. And upon auditioning as a dancer, as an artist, I came across that opportunity and was granted it. And it was pretty exciting with the Gotham City dance team. So
that's with the Giants, right?
The New York Giants, yes.
Is that, you know, not knowing a whole lot about it, how competitive is this?
Dance is extremely competitive, which is why you have to be mentally prepared for yeses and nos. So it's pretty difficult trying to compare yourself to other people, but as long as you go in there with the mentality of you're going to do your best and you know that that's something that you want, then that's all that matters.
Well, I would get sweaty palms probably dancing before 80,000 people.
It happens. It happens.
In dance,
Yes.
the being physically in shape and mentally and emotionally in shape. How do you put this together?
Well, that's the whole part of dance. It pretty much builds confidence within your self-esteem. It also obviously builds confidence within your body because you are so physical with it. So as long as you are consistent, as long as you are dedicated, then you're not going to have any problems.
When you first started, did you ever dream that you could come as far as you have?
Yeah, I did actually. And I honestly feel like there's so much more to do. So much more to do. You have to keep dreaming. You cannot give up. You have to be persistent. If that's something that you want, just continue to create opportunities for yourself.
Some individuals who have made a difference in your life along the way.
Let's see here. I would definitely have to say my mom. My number one supporter, number one. Definitely sacrificed a lot from living in Talladega and driving back and forth to Birmingham for not only school, but also numerous rehearsals. She's definitely one of the main influences in my life to work hard. Another one would definitely be Teresa Lager. She's the one who pushed me really hard during my time at the Alabama School of Fine Arts. Other family?
Are you married? You have children?
No, unfortunately, I'm single.
Well, with your travel schedule and your professional career, that can wait sometimes, I guess.
It definitely can, especially, owning my own dance studio is definitely time consuming. And being not only on the front end of it in regards to teaching, there's also the back end where you have to deal with the business. So
you have to pay the bills, right?
You got to pay the bills, yes.
We're talking with Ashley JoJo Moore, who has the J.O.V.A.N.I, the dance factory in Talladega. And you have showcased your talents. You mentioned the Disney Fantasy Cruise line and production works. One of my favorite movies, The Lion King.
Yes. I love Disney. Honestly, I can't give you a favorite at all, but I will say that Disney is top notch for sure. You have to come with your A game every single performance for sure. It's definitely exciting. It's a fun environment, but it's also an environment that you have to take seriously.
Yeah. Where are your strong points in your career?
Strong points as far as my dancing? I would definitely have to say that I'm more so contemporary. I'm definitely a bunhead, meaning ballet is my foundation, which should be everyone's foundation for technique. But contemporary for sure, so that you can be able to mix everything from hip hop to jazz to modern all into one, so you don't have any restrictions.
How long normally are the performances? They vary, I guess? They
definitely vary depending upon what performance you're doing and where.
The physical part of it, the wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, that comes with the territory of being a dancer. You definitely have to be prepared in knowing that you may get injured. You also have to make sure that you stay healthy as well. So,
how important is nutrition?
Nutrition is extremely important. You have to make sure that you are feeding your body in a good way so that you can have the stamina, but you're also building yourself to make sure that you're healthy enough to sustain those injuries that you may possibly have.
Do you see more children becoming involved in ballet?
I do, actually. That's one of my biggest classes, to be honest with you. And it's really good that that's where our main focus is, because not everyone can do ballet or dance in general. If you can dance, then that's a good thing. But if you know how to dance with passion, that's a completely different story.
You see a lot of young ladies involved in ballet. You see guys playing football or basketball or baseball, but you see them in ballet as well.
Absolutely. It definitely helps with their core, which gives them balance, and it also gives them strength so that they can not only work on their jumps, but they're able to maneuver their weight back and forth, side to side, is definitely a very good avenue for them to take.
Now, you mentioned you've taken a break from your professional career to begin J.O.V.A.N.I, the dance studio.
Yes.
You expect to go back out on the road?
It's a possibility, definitely a possibility, but right now my main focus is the community, making sure that the kids understand that football or basketball is not their only option, you know, or becoming a doctor isn't their only option. The arts is extremely fundamental, so I want to make sure that they understand that there's diversity, there's creativity, there's critical thinking involved. So definitely want to make sure that they understand that you can have a career, a successful career within the arts.
So talk a little bit as we close this morning. We're talking with Ashley JoJo Moore of J.O.V.A.N.I, the Dance Factory in Talladega. How can people find out more about your company?
You can go to www.jovannidancefactory.com.
Okay, and it's located in Talladega, and you have opening for students now?
Yeah, absolutely. There's absolutely no registration restrictions whatsoever. If you want to join, just give me a call.
Now, what age can one actually start, or would you recommend actually starting?
Sometimes the earlier the better, but it also depends upon that particular student. Sometimes later is a lot better as well. I was a late bloomer too. I didn't begin dance until 7 years old, so I was already a little bit more focused in regards to what it was that I was doing. But
Have
three
a
and
website?
up. 3 and up.
Have a website?
Yeah. Excuse
You
me?
have a website?
Yes.
Okay.
JovanniDanceFactory.com.
Okay. All right. Ashley JoJo Moore, our guest this morning from J.O.V.A.N.I, the Dance Factory. Thank you for coming by this morning.
Thank you so much, Emilio.
All right.